quality of the urine?
In my opinion, urine is always sterile. I've had this conversation with people, and I believe that, even the natural bacterias and everything that grow in the urine, especially in the evolved urine, it's going to be sterile. Now, the 2+ year old, I used to use just like a hemp cloth or a organic cotton cheesecloth, multiple layers over while I was evolving my urine and aging my urine, and the smell just got too bad in my house because I had multiple jars of it. So now what I do is after I'm done solarizing it, and I open the lid up every now and then just to give it some air, but I keep the lids closed now. I've never had any type of, I have heard from some people that they have had a little bit of mold underneath the lid. Is that going to be damaging or not? I don't know. I do it the way that I feel my intuition is telling me. I feel like I keep my body very clean. I mostly eat raw foods. I try to meditate a lot. For me, my number one goal in life is spiritual enlightenment. So for me, my whole life revolves around that. And I feel like I keep my production facility inside my body very, very clean. And so I don't worry about that. Like I just, for somebody else, maybe I would ask the question, what are you putting inside your body? But I still feel that, when you look at the kidneys and the power of the kidneys and the urine being just filtered blood, science and they've still been working on trying to create a filter as powerful as the kidneys. And they're still struggling with that. I feel like, even people that have had severe kidney infections where there's pus coming out in their urine and even blood in their urine, we've had them still drink their own urine, and it's still one of the best things. It still will. There's a feedback system. It's an energetic feedback system, and doctors always challenge me on this, and they say, well, what about all those metals that you're peeing out? And what about all those chemicals that you're peeing out? And I'm like, yeah, but they're conjugated. They've already been broken down. They're too small because the kidneys filtration systems, the body's going to break them down to where it's more of a messaging system. It's more of a homeopathic, to where it tells you as you reconsume it, you're not going to be reconsuming those poisons in the way that they can harm you. It's a signal for the body to push more of those things out. Just like I believe that if you do have some pus in your urine, or you do have some blood in your urine, and you re-drink that, that's telling the body that it needs to produce the antibodies or whatever it needs to produce to kill off that bacteria that's producing that pus. So I know that was kind of a long answer, but I would always use your intuition and your gut feeling and say, if you are going to be, like I say, you don't need to be injecting your own urine. I'm just experimenting. I think it's powerful. And, maybe after it didn't harm me at all by doing it. I felt like it was going to do me a lot of good. I've even had, look, in all the books that have been written, it still tells you that you should never inject urine directly into the bloodstream. Now, I was talking to a lady the other day who's a naturopath who's been, studying urotherapy for a year now, and she had a migraine headache the other day, and she's been suffering from severe arthritis. See, there's a lot of health practitioners that are sick, because a lot of health practitioners that are out there are giving up their energy, and they're taking on the negative karma from the patients a lot of time when they use energetic medicine or they use other things. To me, it kind of fascinates me why so many natural health practitioners and so many functional medicine practitioners are sick. They a lot of them come to me, actually. Well, anyway, this lady came to me and I told her to start on urotherapy. She calls me up. This was about 2 months ago, and she said, I'm thinking about starting, and I just started a little bit of the urotherapy. I'm starting to put a few drops under my tongue, but she does. She's a nurse practitioner, and she does a lot of allergy elimination techniques, and she does a lot of injections into the joints with prolotherapy and ozone and stuff like that. She said, I just wanted to try it. So I took about 1 cc of my urine, and I had a severe migraine, and I had, all of a sudden, my joints were flaring up on me because she's been suffering from autoimmune issues and her joints flare up on her. And she decided to take a butterfly Band-Aid and put it in one of the veins in her hand. And she slowly, very, very slowly, injected about 1 cc over a period of about 10 to 15 minutes directly into her bloodstream. Now, I would have never recommended her to do that, but she just did it on her own. She told me about it later. She said that within about 2 to 3 minutes, I mean, just after she had basically put like a drop in, that her migraine was completely gone. And she said after she finished slowly injecting it into her vein, she had one of those butterflies that she injected into, put into her vein on her wrist. She said all of her arthritis and swelling went away completely within 30 minutes. So, I mean, these are kind of the new things that we're learning, and people are willing to experiment on themselves with. And that's why it's so awesome to have groups like this coming together so we can all learn from each other. And I mean, for me, we all experiment on ourselves. So I want to know what else we can do with it. Like what else, but I'm also about simplicity. So I think there's a lot of things that we can already do, but maybe there's some new things we can explore as well.
Hello.
Is it old urine or new?
What she did was she injected her first morning urine fresh.
Yeah.
What I did was the 2+ year old evolved urine. That's what, and I did 1 cc injection into the gluteal muscle. Now I recommend, if using a 1.5 inch needle, a 22, you can buy them on Amazon over here, but I use a 23 gauge or a 22 gauge, 1.5 inch. I don't think a 1 inch it gets deep enough into the muscle, the 1.5 inch. And I did 1 cc, and I did that in my gluteal muscle, the upper gluteal muscle.
Hello, doctor. Hello.
Hi.
I am KK Chavan, 86 years senior citizen. I am following urine therapy for last 35 years. We have here in Nasik, Maharashtra, India, Shivambu Chikitsa Samshodhan Mandal. Our present president is an allopath, Dr. Prataprao Deshmukh. He has injected urine to the 1,000 people, and he has written a paper in very important magazine of his own department that he has injected 1,000 people with 10,000 injections and somewhere intramuscular. Now he is following the injection should be given subcutaneous, that is below the skin. And myself, I am a regular taker of the injection for last many years, even during the pandemic of corona. So in India, here is one doctor, Dr. Prataprao Deshmukh. Of course, he is also present here in the group. He may ask you some question regarding this, but this is definitely working. Now we all are from the world want to propagate this therapy. How do we approach all 8,000 million people, and importance of the urine therapy should be told to them, because this is absolutely voluntary. But everybody must know what is the importance of urine therapy and how it can help them. So what is your plan? How can we move with this objective to talk to everybody that urine therapy will save you and save this planet. Thanks very much. Somebody has asked question regarding eyes. I was holding an office in Pune in Maharashtra, and there was a pandemic of conjunctivitis. All my 50 people were affected, but I was using my own urine, washing every time when I used to go for urination, and I was the person who never got the conjunctivitis. That is the importance of the urine in eye treatment. Presently, I don't flush a drop in the commode. I collect all my urine. I use it for my health. And when extra urine is available, I put it in a bucket. I dip my steps in it. And after using that, I use that urine as a fertilizer for my garden plants. So every urine therapist should see that urine is so important. It is not to be flushed in the waste drainage, but it can be used either fertilizer or for your own health. I am very glad that you are on your work is propagating this therapy on very large scale. Thank you very much, and I get encouragement from you that I will continue propagating this urine therapy in future till my last breath. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I would love to get more information about all those injections too.
Sir, what about your opinion?
Whoops, something that was happening there. Thank you so much for all the things that you've done.
Hello.
I can
Sir, what